A narcissist is a petri dish of STDs. I don't understand what you don't understand. They have no respect whatsoever for your sexual health, for their sexual health. That butter covered schlong that he's throwing in any hole he can find is definitely coming back home with a bunch of diseases and trying to give them to you. And that narcissistic woman's vagina is a sarlacc pit. That black hole has drained so many men of their money, self-respect, friendships. Understand, that succubus is trying to drain your soul through your urethra. That semantic narcissistic dude is banging everything he can. And when they get to a certain age, men and women, they get to a certain age because that old high don't work anymore and they don't care. They're impulsive. These are addictive mentalities. All they're looking for is supply, the next high, the next feeling of control. When they have sex with you, they're not having sex with a person. They're having sex with their object, their stick, their toy. That's what they're having sex with. Not a person, not a soul. It is not about emotional connection. It is about control. How many times have you had to go to the clinic for gonorrhea? How many times have you had to get a penicillin shot? How many UTIs do you need to have before you understand that that person, that nasty ass, disgusting person is sleeping with everything from lot lizards to heroin hookers to any slag who does not respect themselves enough to keep their body count down? And that narcissistic woman uses her vagina like an ATM. The back of her throat is a gateway to supply. Understand this. They don't care about their sexual health. They're not taking responsibility. They don't take accountability. They think they're just going to be fine. And while you're being blamed for every time they cheat, while you're being blamed for giving them the burn, it's because that person does not respect you. Petri dish of STDs. It's playing Russian roulette when you sleep with these people. Do you respect yourself? Do you care about your health? Do you care about your kids? Do you care about your life? They are venereal disease troglodytes trying to spread misery and pain while avoiding any accountability. This is why they yell at you. This is why they talk down to you. They hate themselves. It's the function of why they do what they do. They are trying to get you sick. They are sick. They don't care if you get sick. And if you do get sick, they will blame it on you. Not only when you sleep with them are you exchanging your sacred energies with them, but you are absorbing who they are and every person that they have slept with. On a spiritual level, you are becoming like the other slags and trash that the narcissist is sleeping with. This is why your habits change. This is why you get manic. This is why you begin to bullshit yourself into believing that they're really a good person when they're leaving you at home while they go and sleep with every piece of trash in town. And don't think you're the only one. While they're spreading their illness and making other people sick, they're also bringing that home to you. This is spiritual warfare, brothers, and as much as it is mental and physical. And giving you an STD, giving you UTIs, they don't care about these things. They don't take care of themselves. They don't give a damn about health. These are mentally unwell people. Toxicity to the infinite degree. Love yourself. Stop sleeping with that narc. That narcissist is filling up every one of their holes in some vain attempt to feel something left inside their broken soul. Be good to yourselves. Be good to each other and suffer no fools.
Oh, Lordy, we are having an intro. I promise. We are having an intro. I was doing my very first live over on, where is it? Over on TikTok. I was doing my very first live over there. And you know what happened? Some narc, some psychos, some whatever they are, they came through and they were like, this is hate speech. How dare you talk about narcissists? How dare you expose me for who I am? And then I appealed it. This narc was waiting. This narc rejected an appeal inside 4 minutes. It's a beautiful thing. Understand these psychos, these narcs, these cluster bees. They don't want you to call them out. They see themselves in anything that you were talking about. They see themselves in any message and they immediately go on the attack because they don't want to be exposed. So I just wanted to give a minute to explain to that. And I also wanted to say to anybody over there who came over here from TikTok, hail to you. You're going to see what a real dragon stream is like. We're going to go all the fuck in today. My love to y'all. Make sure to share this stream out, guys, especially if you're over from TikTok. The last TikTok video I just put out was talking about this very subject. Please share that out. Share. Our brothers and sisters over here so y'all can get a real taste. I was actually doing that live stream because I had to do one 25-minute live stream in order to use my PC to connect it to StreamYard so I can stream all my shows over there. But they don't want that. That's the last thing that they want. Last thing a narc or a psycho wants, especially if they are in a position of power, is for you to expose who they are. This is Lodonis, Ravenwolf, Dragonstorm, Ysir, and Sage. Hail to my fellow survivors and thrivers from narcissistic abuse. We on fire today. Let's get the show started.
Psst. I see dead people. Aye, monster on the beat, ho, Debo, any rap nigga, he a freak throw, man down, call her Amber Lambs, tell him breathe, bro, nail a nigga to the cross, he walk around like Tizo. What's up with these jabroni ass niggas trying to see Compton? The industry can hate me, fuck them all, ain't they mama? How many options you really got? I mean, it's too many options. I'm finna pass on this body, I'm John Stockton. Beat your ass and hide the Bible if God watching. Sometimes you gotta pop out and show niggas. Certified boogeyman, I'm the one that up to score with him. Walking down whole time, I know he got some hoe in him. Pole on him, extort shit, bully the flow on him. Say Drake, I hear you like I'm young. You better not ever go to cell block 1. To any bitch that talk to him and they in love, just make sure you hide your little sister from him. They tell me Chubb's the only one that get your hand-me-downs. And party at the party playing with his nose now. And Baka got a weird case, why is he around? Certified lover boys, certified pedophiles. Wop, 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 wop. That fuck him up. Wop, 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 wop. I'ma do my stuff. Why you trolling like a bitch, ain't you tired? Trying to strike a chord and it's probably A minor. They not like us. 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 You think the Bay gon' let you disrespect Pop, nigga? I think that Oakland show gon' be your last stop, nigga. They cold foul, I don't know why you still pretending. What is the owl? Bird niggas and bird bitches, go. The audience not dumb, shape the stories how you want. Hey Drake, they're not slow. Rabbit hole is still deep, I can go further, I promise. Ain't that something? P-Rest, that's for bitching. You Malibu most wanted, ain't no love boy, you ball boy. Fresh Gatorade or something. Since 2009, I had this bitch jumping. You niggas will get a wedgie, be flipped over your boxes, or over your foe. The other vaginal option, pussy. Nigga better straighten they posture. Got favors all up in contact. Might write this with a doctor. Tell a pop star quit hiding. Fuck a caption, won't action. No accident, I'm hands on. He fuck around, get polished. Fucked on Wayne Grow, he was in jail. That's conniving. Then get his face tatted like a bitch apologizing. I'm glad D-Rose came home, y'all didn't deserve him neither. From Alondra down to Central, nigga better not speak on Serena. And your homeboy needs subpoena. That predator moving flocks. That name gotta be registered and placed on neighborhood watch. I lean on you niggas like another line of walk. Yeah, it's all eyes on me and I'ma send it up the pot. Ay, put the roll label on me, I'ma get them dropped. Ay, sweet chin music and I won't pass the ox. Ay, how many stocks do I really have in stock? Ay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 5. Ay, devil is a lie, here 69 God. Ay, freaky ass niggas need to stay their ass inside. Ay, roll their ass up like a fresh pack of Zod. Ay, city is back up, it's a must, we outside. Ay. They not like us. 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 They not like us.
What lies beneath your feet? Sacred grounds, watered with tears of blood. Shall we begin? Shall we begin? Shall we begin?
Hail, my brothers and sisters out there. I'm going to get on camera here in a minute. What's happening? What's happening? What's happening is I was doing the same thing that I do here. The same thing I do here. I was talking the same message, the same everything that I do here over on TikTok. First live stream so that I need to do a 25-minute live stream on TikTok so that I could begin using the interface studio on my laptop so that I could get a stream key and then put it on my StreamYard so that I could start streaming on all the platforms together, which is what I'm trying to do. Just bring all the Dragonstorm community together under one house. That's what I'm trying to do, from Instagram to TikTok and over here on YouTube and on Rumble. And a narc came through. A narc came through and said, "Oh my God, that's hate speech. How dare you expose me for the manipulative, awful, trashy, disgusting, person that I am," and flagged it for hate speech. I thought it was just a narc coming through. Now, I've dealt with this several times on YouTube, but thankfully, and at one point I lost monetization because thankfully on YouTube, I have to give YouTube praise, and this is something I don't normally do. They will review what has happened, and they will come to a logical conclusion. They understand I'm talking about narcs. They understand. Then I'm talking about these demons, these goblins, these Hoover and Hobgoblins that destroy life after life. Over on TikTok, apparently they don't like that kind of talk. They don't like that speech. So I put an appeal in. The appeal was rejected 4 minutes later because they don't understand. The same things I talk about here. The same things I talk about here. They did not like. So apparently I triggered a Fifi. I triggered a TikTok Fifi by expressing love for my brothers and sisters and exposing these types of nasty behaviors. Now, hey, I'm going to keep putting out videos over there. And really, that hasn't been my live stream platform anyway, but it just shows me, once again, that narcissists place themselves in positions of power, manipulative, trashy, awful people place themselves in positions of power so that they can silence victims, so they can silence survivors. And that's fine. I'm going to bring it over here. So anybody who came over here from TikTok, thank you so much. You're about to get a real live stream. You're about to get some real dragon fire. Today, I'm going all in. I'm going to continue the conversation that I was having over there. But before I begin, I just want to say hail to the chat. Good to see you guys. What's going on, CJH? Hail, brother. Hail, the fourth wave. Thank you so much for being here. Deborah Cohen, the Dragonstorm secretary. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. And if any of you guys are over there on TikTok, my last video is advertising this stream. Please share it out and give a healthy fuck you to whoever the fuck, whatever narcissist, whatever psycho, whatever demonic piece of trash over there decided that I was talking too badly about them and exposing that type of person. I don't even know what fake faces or Instagram. I don't even know what that is. But thank you so much. What's up, MC Mike Does? Good to see you, brother, my fellow survivor and thriver out there. What's up, Iman? Good to see you, man. I'm doing well. I'm doing fine. I'm on fire. See, when these narcs challenge Dragonstorm, they just bring me to a new level. They just send me to a new height. I'm ready to talk about some narcissists today. I'm ready to go in. I'm ready to help my brothers and sisters. And thank you so much. Let's see. Everybody, Josh up in the house. What is up, Josh? Good to see you. I just said what's happening. That's what's happening. We're going to go in today. What's up, Natalie? From TikTok. Rock. Yo, what's going on? Yeah, normally I love TikTok. It's been helping to grow my platform and helping to grow the Dragonstorm community, and I greatly appreciate that. Thank you for joining. You're gonna see what a real stream's like. Because I am a lot of people from TikTok were asking, are you going to do lives? I never catch your lives. I'm like, well, I do my live streams on YouTube, really, and Rumble. But I was just trying to connect my TikTok. I was just trying to connect my TikTok to this audience. Welcome to the Dragonstorm community, by the way, sweetheart. You're going to find plenty of wonderful people in this chat, fellow survivors and thrivers who understand. And I'm going to be taking questions today. We going off. What's up, Cherry? What's up, Cherry? Good to see you. How are you? Good to see you. Thank you for being here. And do me a favor, guys. If you're coming over here from TikTok, please go to the last video that I did and share it out. Give a hefty one. Give a hefty one to the narcs at TikTok that decided they wanted to flag my stream for no reason. I do the same thing here that I do over there. It was just cut off. They just cut it off. They just cut it off because narcissists don't like being exposed. When you talk about the manipulative nature of these people, when you expose them, they see themselves and it triggers them. It triggers them because they're covert. Their grandiosity demands that they are not who they are is who you are. Their grandiosity demands that their victims are the actual narcissists. Their grandiosity demands that they are doing nothing wrong, that lies are the truth and truth are lies, that good is evil and evil is good. So when they see that, they go off. It makes them go nuts. It takes them off. And that's what happened. And you see that. I've talked some trash on YouTube in the past, but I have to say that this platform understood when I was being false flagged, understood my arguments when I was using material for copyright material for an artistic expression. They understood that. They understood when I was looking at other people's content and reviewing it, that I am reviewing it, and all of this is protected under copyright. And at one point, these narcs came through and tried to demonetize me. This one psycho narc and his flying monkeys, and it didn't take. Dragonstorm's still here. They don't understand. I am the narcissist slayer, and they hate that. They absolutely hate that. They do not want to see a person who has gone through narcissistic abuse rise up and feel their worth, know who they are, become a stronger, better version of themselves. And that's one of the reasons why we get hoovered. That's one of the reasons why the smear campaign happens. They don't want to see you take in your full strength, your full value, your worth, who you are. They do not want to see you become the best version of yourself. Because what we do, my brothers and sisters, here at Dragonstorm, where we show no mercy, is we take those lessons, we take the experience that we went through, and so that we can understand toxic behaviors in people. And not only that, we introspect, we look at ourselves, we figure out why we were susceptible to the manipulations of a hoovering hobgoblin. And then we better ourselves. We become better versions of ourselves, stronger versions of ourselves. We are the warriors of light out here. We are the Valkyries. We are the people that are fighting against toxic behaviors and narcissists in this world. The rising pathocracy, the cluster B society that these psychos at narcs, some of them working at YouTube, apparently. Some of them working at TikTok, apparently, that run our governments, our religious institutions, our banking system, damn right, they out in Hollywood. They absolutely do not want to see an army of enlightened people, soldiers on the battlefield of life, narcissistic abuse survivors and thrivers standing shield to shield and not taking any shit. The phalanx of empaths. The last thing that they want is to see people rise up, know their strength, know their worth, and be able to point them out. This is a spiritual war, brothers and sisters. This is that we are on the battlefield of life together. And we are going to make sure, we are going to point out these toxic behaviors while looking out for each other, while protecting one another, while being the person that we were meant to be, by being children of Gaia, children of God, and standing up together to fight these types of toxicities in our entertainments, in our politics, in our banking systems, and most especially on these social media platforms who seem to attract those who do not want to see the message, do not want the message spread of your worth, of your healing, of how to properly bring yourself up out of the fire, because you walk through hell. When you deal with a narcissist, when you deal with these toxic people, you have walked through hell. You have been down. You wanted to die, but you didn't. You rose like a phoenix. You came back up. You understood who you were. You found your strength and then understood just how strong a person you were when you battle with these demons. And you rise up. You come back up. Sword and shield in hand. An armor of truth and boundaries and self-worth. And you do not kneel to these narcissists. Suffer none. Whoo, what's going on? Talia says, I'm the one that messaged you about turning violent when I tried to leave his house. Him turning violent. Well, let's talk about the narcissists. Let's talk about those black eyes. Let's talk about demonic possession. See, these narcissists cut themselves off from source. By isolating themselves and creating the narcissistic shell, they cut themselves off from the collective consciousness, from God, from source, and they exist in a lower vibrational realm. They exist in a realm that attracts demonic forces. When you see the black eyes of a narcissist, when you see the sparkling bright eyes of a sociopath, when they know that they have control over you, you are seeing the demon in them come forth. You are seeing the demon take control of who they are. They morph, for lack of a better term. Now, they don't control these things control them. Because it comes from the broken inner core of the narcissist. It comes from the part of them that was hurt in early life, that was traumatized, that they refused to heal, that their weakness, their cowardice refused to heal and face, to go to therapy, to work through those things, to raise their emotional intelligence. They refuse to do this and instead create a narcissistic shell. And the narcissistic shell is dependent upon external validation, is dependent on siphoning energy from others, passing on their pain. Passing on their pain. They're pestilence is what they are. And so understand their grandiosity demands that they are the center of the universe, that they are the puppet master, and that you are simply a marionette. You are an object. You are an it. You are a thing. As I said before, Narcopath on her stream plenty of times, he was triangulating me and Rainbow Dragon. Thing 1 and thing 2, because she is sociopath. Everyone is an object. Everyone is a thing. Their emotions, their fifis, they're not valid. They don't matter. Only they feel. Only they feel. And whatever they do to somebody else does not matter. You are their object. When they are sleeping with you, they are not creating a connection with you. They are abusing their object. They are using their object. They are using their fuck stick, their sex doll. This is what they do. So when you attempt to show individuality, to show independence, to grow, when you attempt to leave an abusive situation, you are simply a toy, an object, a thing that is rebelling against your master. And that's why the narcissist freaks out in a narcissistic rage. Those demons take right over. How dare someone leave my side? How dare this thing rebel against me? That's my thing. And then that demon takes over and they morph into it. We're going to go through. Hold on. I got you, Natalie. Hold on. It's all a learning process. It is, and that is why I need to take these headphones out. And that is why when you are dealing on a platform in a position of power, if it's at a job or sometimes police stations, because narcissists love to be cops too. That's why when you are dealing with people that like that and they see themselves reflected in you, the first thing that they're going to do is try and shut you down. All right. Sometimes that blue line that police have, that stand the blue line, is stand the narcissist line. Like, I'm not lying. I'm not knocking all cops. Like, I love my peace officers out there. But just like the law enforcement is a good example. I've coached a lot of people. And some of the people that I coach have had the law come after them because they were protecting a narcissist because they themselves are narcissists. It's all a learning process, Natalie. It's all a learning process. Learning about yourself, learning about the world, learning about these demons. And when you come across a platform, apparently like the one that saw me on TikTok, and the first thing that they saw was, oh man, he's exposing me. He's exposing who I am. He's teaching these people their worth. He's helping these people grow and learn and heal. What happened? They had to shut that down. That's what happens. Let me see. Which makes me miss the other brother when he passed away. I'm sorry. I'll go back and check that out. That looks like a continuation, Deborah. I never thought he would follow me through the house and not let me leave and just go home. I can't even understand. You're not the only one, Natalie. So many people that I have talked to, so many women that I have talked to, and men too. This does happen to men. Sometimes women get a little too handsy. Narcissistic women, toxic women. You have to understand and you have to expect you are dealing with a demon. That's it. That person's soul is fractured, broken, and lives in a low vibrational state. And they are attracting demonic spirit. And at some point, they become that demonic spirit. So you always assume, no matter what type of narc you're dealing with, always assume that they are going to do the worst thing. And you've got to, and to a certain extent, you go through the education phase, you start looking at videos, you start researching and understand what narcissism is and what NPD does to these people. And you've got to actually put yourself in that mind frame. You have to actually take yourself out of your own healthy, loving, compassionate, empathetic mind frame and put yourself in what would evil do? What would an evil person do? And this is part of education. This is part of self-enlightenment, understanding how darkness operates and how they take no accountability and everything is your fault. Everything. The first thing you have to understand, Natalie, is you're dealing with the devil. For lack of a better term, you're dealing with darkness. You're dealing with a demon. And they're all possessed by the same demonic spirit. You can call it Jezebel, you can call it Satan, you can call whatever you want. It's all the same demonic spirit. When they feel that they are losing control of their thing, it creates a narcissistic injury. When you said, I'm done and I need to go home, that created a narcissistic injury because how dare their object rebel? How dare their object, their thing, want to go exert independence? It's pure evil, bro. It's pure evil, sister. It's pure evil. Let's see. He says, it's because he lost control over you. Absolutely. It's all about control. And this is the thing, right? Satanic personality disorder, NPD. Everything's in reverse. They have a broken center. This is why they're addicted to drugs, addicted to sex, addicted to alcohol, addicted to gambling, addicted to any number of things. They're addicted to these things because they're trying to get an external feeling of control. They're escaping it's all about escaping the damage in them and then creating external validation by have feeling of grandiosity and control over others, over other things. So when you decide to rebel, that's it. When you decide like, I'm not taking this shit, not only that, but it also triggers their abandonment. Narcissists, all of them deal with abandonment issues, all of them. So how dare their thing abandon them? It's a very twisted personality disorder, very twisted disorder. And so, yeah, it's all about control. They have no control over themselves. They have no control over their pain. They have no control over their impulses. So they exert that by trying to control others. It's all about external. It's all the external. That narcissistic shell is all that fake face is all about external validation, fakeness, lies, deception, thievery, destruction, passing on pain and trauma. And when you say no more, and another thing, they're alone. These are the most alone people. These are the most completely broken, desperately alone people in the world, which is why they need someone around. What happens to a narcissist when they're forced to be alone? When their narcissist is alone and has no supply, they go into something called a narcissistic collapse. The narcissistic collapse is because they have no external validation. They have nothing to control. They have no supply to distract themselves from looking inward, from doing what a healthy person would do. Look inward, look at themselves, it fix themselves. Why do I feel this way? What do I need to change? What behaviors do I need to change in myself in order to be a better person? They're not doing that. They're going to go do some meth. They're going to go drink. They're going to go gamble. They're going to go destroy someone's life. They're going to go love bomb someone and make them think they're someone that they're not. Anything at all to distract from healing themselves. Anything that they can do. This is why they operate the way that they are. And this is exactly who and what they are. Yeah, he definitely raged out a lot. Well, they don't control their fifis. And if you're dealing with a male narc, you're dealing with a male narc. They are unregulated teenage girls. They are preteen girls. All right. They have something called the female Satan, female negative energy. This is why they like getting pegged. This is why they like putting things up their ass. This is why they act, because they're girls. They have toxic femininity inside of them. Think of the worst traits in a woman, the worst toxic traits that a woman can show and display. That's what a male narc has inside of them. They're unregulated. And it's almost the same thing with female narcs. The female narcs, for the semantic ones, most especially the one that take dick after dick after dick. They have a lot of toxic male energy. Narcopath all the time would admit that she was a misogynist. Narcopath would always blame things on women. She would always come down on women because she hated herself. And she had a lot of masculine energy because all of the toxic men that she slept with, dudes that slept with like heroin hookers, meth addicts, the drug addicts, people with low self-worth. And she took all that energy into herself. She hated herself. And so by taking in, I've talked about sexual exchange. We're going to do that again over on TikTok. We talked about this. And because she took all that energy into herself, she was a misogynist. She hated women, not only because she hated herself, but also because of the men of low worth that she used to first supply in the drug culture. We're all like women. They don't respect women. Yeah, you live in drug culture. You don't respect women, especially like hard drug culture. You don't give a shit. You're dealing with freaking crystal meth addicts, and you're dealing with freaking low class broads and hookers and all kinds of shit. Like, you don't give a damn about women. You know what I mean? And she took all that into her. The male narc does not care about themselves. They are unregulated women, especially if they have mother wounds, or if that mother wound was caused by a dad who was a misogynist, who was an alcoholic or a narcissist, or someone that disrespected mom. And because the man in a young boy's life, the man is the measure of what we are to become, how we act and who we are. The woman for a man is the measure of what we look for in another female. We're looking for when we're dating, we're looking for our moms. That is the truth. That is the truth of it. You'll see a lot of toxic, hypergamous women, narcissistic, really toxic women out there on social medias. They're like, I don't want to be your mom. I don't want to look for, don't look for my mom. And this is because they understand this fact. They prey on that. They prey on men who have mother wounds, who are looking for their mom, and they're looking for an abusive mother figure. That's why you see hypergamous women out there on the internet talking the way that they do. Body count matters. I'm just saying. And so you look at when you're dealing with an unregulated man, an unregulated male narcissist who puts things up his ass, you're dealing with someone who hates you. Like, it's a weird psychology. He hates you because he wants to be you. He hates you because he hates mom, or mom was an enabler and you're not enabling him. You're not doing what mom did. He hates you because dad was a misogynist. a wife beater, and he's being mom. I mean, he's being dad, and his image of mom is through the father wound with dad. This is, and they most especially rage out because they are uncontrolled. They're toddlers. They're grown toddlers. They are emotionally inept. They are their emotional growth was stunted. They only got to a certain point. And especially if you see two narcissists get together, well, you know, like I had to deal with. I had to deal with a narcissistic sociopath and an overt semantic. With the mother, dude, one, and the male had bad mother wounds, probably father wounds too. And the female had mother and father wounds all over the place, to the point to where, like, for the longest time, I felt bad for her. But at some point in your life, you've got to grow up and be a fucking adult. You got to stop hurting people. You know, you've got to like recognize your issues and maybe fix them. But when you see that in situation, you will see a pair of people that will stick around and destroy one another over and over and over and over again, spread STDs with each other, destroy other people together. And that's what happened in my case. They love to be angry, and they actually love that. They love to feel that sense of power and control because they have none inside. Do they accuse you of stuff you never did? Absolutely. And every time a narcissist accuses you of something, it's a projection. It's what they're doing. Narc comes home and says, you cheated on me. You did. That's because they just cheated on you. Whenever a narcissist says to you that they think you're something, that is what they are doing. That's why I don't trust self-aware narcs. And self-aware, I don't mean just self-aware narcs that talk on TikTok or Instagram or do this type of content. I'm just not talking about them. I'm talking about narcissists who know they're narcissists. Like, it's not like one of the things that I did, that was a mistake, but one of the things that I did was point out that Narc X was a narcissist and that Rainbow Dragon was a narcissist. And once they understood what narcissism was and saw themselves, the first thing their grandiosity did was point the finger out and go, Walton's the narcissist. Steve Walton's the narcissist. Every narcissist out there in Comicsgate, every narcissist, I mean, you don't know these terms, but every narcissist out there who has pointed the finger at me and said he's the narcissist is a narcissist. They are a toxic person. It's very confusing. They project themselves upon you. Absolutely, you've been blamed for things you never did. Absolutely. You wanted to, and oh God, God's forbid you ever wanted to go through their phone. You ever have that experience, Natalie? You ever have that experience? They don't want you to go through their phone. That's their sacred tablet. That is the thing that hides all of their secrets. That is where all of their supplies are in. That's where all of their lies and all of their different faces, that's where they live. That's in their social media, in their phone. Narcissists absolutely will accuse you of exactly what they are doing in the same ways that a narcissist abuses you. How the narcissist abuses you, let's say they ghost you and they block your social medias and stuff. That's what hurts them. You look at the deeper psychology of it. A narcissist that puts you through a blocking campaign when they're smearing you is someone who greatly fears abandonment. So the first thing they're going to do, like a borderline, like an anxious avoidant, the first thing that they're going to do is block you, ghost you, not talk to you, because they understand how much that hurts them. And if you're still trauma bonded, they've passed their pain on. That trauma bond is them passing their pain on to you. And they understand they've planted the seeds of their pain inside of you. And they will use that against you. They will use that abandonment against you. It's a game to them. These are demons. These are devils. These are people who are possessed. It's up to us to fight them. Ima, right here. Thank God for that Dragonstorm community shouting out. I'm glad you're here, Natalie. I'm glad everybody from TikTok that is coming over and watching this, whether now or later, understands this is the Dragonstorm community. We are a community of survivors and thrivers. We look out for one another. We expense our wisdom to you. We are here we are a family here. Natalie, they know they've lost control. Brace yourself. It's going to ramp up. It always ramps up. It always ramps up. Iman was here when a girl that I was dating came into the chat. Girl I was dating came into the chat. You remember this, don't you? And what did Narcopath do? Narcopath appeared out of the freaking woodwork, jumped into this chat, and began trying to gaslight the woman that I was dating, and began smear campaigning me. And when that woman would not accept any of the gaslighting because she's aware of what narcissists are and what they do, what did Narcopath do? She started pointing the finger, you're a narcissist too. You're all narcissists. You're all liars. This is what they do. They don't take accountability. And if they feel like they've lost control of you, especially if you've moved on, God's forbid you've moved on. Listen, I'm not saying jump right into another relationship, guys, but you got to heal yourself to the point to where you can recognize red flags and recognize these hoovering hobgoblins for who they are, and then live your life. Because I guarantee you, if you're building a social media, if you are successful at doing it, you begin coaching people, you begin dating again, that narcissist creates injuries within that narcissist that will last forever. They have lost control of their thing. They are not in your head anymore, and they know that. And that loss of control over another person, that loss of toxicity will trigger them into a collapse. These are reactionary, emotionally immature people. Thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. Yeah, flesh being. Yeah, he threw me down the stairs. That's awful. That's awful. Of course he did, because he's an evil piece of trash who did not value what you brought to the table, Natalie. He did not value your heart. He did not value the beautiful light that you are, the compassionate soul that you are, the person that would deal with their abuse in the hopes that it would trigger some type of magical chest, some type of magical box inside of them that would release authenticity. And that's not going to happen. The only way a person can heal is if they fix themselves, if they heal themselves, if they do the work themselves. That is the only time. You can't change a narcissist. You can't change a toxic person. They have to want to change themselves, especially if they have a personality disorder, and most especially if they have a cluster B personality disorder. He is validated. Understand that narcissist in his mind validated hurting you. And any apology or anything that he said after that meant zero, zilch, nothing. It's all bullshit. It's all manipulation. It's all lie. All right. Narcopath came back plenty of times. I miss my friend. I miss my friend, man. I miss my supply. Plenty of times that happened. She never loved me. She never cared about me. She didn't give a damn about me. She was looking for the next high, the next supply. She was looking for the next person that would remain trauma bonded with her, that she could manipulate and destroy because she hated herself. And that is exactly what you went through. It's horrible. I'm sorry. Sorry you went through that, sweetheart. Josh coming through said, yes, they are absolutely possessed, Josh. It's spiritual warfare. You cannot live in a low resonance state where you avoid accountability, shift blame onto other people, present false faces, create falsehoods and false faces. You cannot live in a cycle of negative karma and not attract demonic possession. Absolutely, you cannot. And they love destroying the light in people. They pass on their pain. They love seeing a light in somebody else that they do not possess and breaking them down, finding whatever cracks in their foundation, whatever childhood traumas, whatever it is that they can use to destroy that other person. They love finding those things, wedging their way in and passing on their pain and destroying light. Narcopath and Backdoor Bill got off on me for 2 years, off on it, loving it. Probably he's getting pegged in the ass by her, just talking about me. So like, look how we destroyed Walton. Oh God, I love destroying Walton. That and every other toxic person who joined in on the smear campaigns, every one of those demons, they get off on it because it gives them a sense of power and control through their toxicity. And they will, and it makes their demons happy. But this is what you got to remember. People like Josh, people like Deborah, people in the Dragonstorm community been here. Thank you, Hale, and please like and smash that like and share out the link. People like us know that their demons are aggravated by your authenticity. They're aggravated. You ever walk into a room or a situation, you ever meet somebody who just instantly doesn't like you, and you can't understand why? You ever meet somebody who had you swear to God, they're finding an excuse not to like you. They're finding some excuse not to like you. And that is because your authenticity triggers their demons. Your good nature, your good spirit, who you are, triggers their demons. And those types of people love to break you down. These are the ones that gather together in different groups and whisper networks, different chat groups. These are the ones that talk about you behind your back to your friends. These are the ones that try and destroy your reputation and your character. These are the ones who smile with a knife in their teeth, holding a knife behind their back, who stab you silently or stab you directly when nobody's looking. And then you react and they point the finger and go, see, I told you they were toxic. I told you that was the toxic one. It's all about manipulation, bullshit, and lies. Shine like a star, brothers and sisters. Do not give up on yourself. Understand your authenticity triggers demons. You work on your projects. You work on your things. You better yourself. You heal yourself. Take all the time you need to heal yourself. because you are going, this is not the demon last demon you're going to encounter. The stronger you become, the brighter a light, the brighter a shining, good light, authentic person that you become, the more of these toxic people you're going to attract. So you have to learn how to recognize them, and you have to learn how to smack those toxic gnats away. They know this. You're going to go through your life. I'm sorry to say, if you're an authentic person, a good light worker, you're going to go through your life finding people who are aggravated with you, like people on TikTok who take down your stream because they see themselves in what you're saying. You're going to run into those people who are going to use their authority and leverage in order to bring you down. They're going to attack you, and you have to be prepared. You have to have armor. The armor of discipline, self-control, and self-worth. And once you equip yourself with these things, you can see these demons coming a mile away. Trust and believe, Dragonstorm does. Let's continue in the chat. Let's see, Natalie. Natalie says, yes, his energy shifted when I wanted to leave because his rage sessions hurt bad. He said awful things and blamed me and accused me, and I was so confused because he hates himself. He hates himself. And you are an example of what not only he wants to be and what he should be, but you're also a representation of what he hates because he is not healing himself. That he's an energy vampire, seeking to take your light and drain it, seeking to change you from the good person that you are into a lower vibrational creature. This is their function. This is what they do. They are demons. They are demon possessed. You have to understand that. If you're a devout Christian, you need to go talk to your priest. Hopefully he's not a religious narcissist. They exist too. You find yourself a healthy religious environment. If you're Catholic, most especially, like I come down on the Catholics, because I'm pagan. But look, but to be honest with you, Catholic priests have some of the best equipped knowledge and access to fighting demonic forces. Use that. No matter what your faith is, if you're a spiritual cat, go out there and start talking to some spiritualists who can help you. I'd say get yourself some quartz, rose quartz, obsidian, hematite, tiger's eye. Carry them with you. These things will help you. Cleanse them in the sunlight, charge them in the moonlight, carry them with you. Those things will help you. Let's see. And so he gets upset at the dumbest things because he's a fucking teenager. They're grown toddlers. They're emotionally immature. Every time you run into a narcissist, there is a certain age gap. There is an age hit that they go, whether it's 12 or 13, 14, 15, like there's an emotional gap, a place where they stopped developing emotionally, where they're perpetually that age on an emotional level, but selfish and toxically. Like they don't go through emotional maturity like the rest of us do. And so they get upset. Yeah, they get frustrated and upset at the dumbest things. Anything that challenges their grandiosity and control. A narcissist will be the first person who can't figure out something on a computer and flies into a rage. I can't figure this out because he has no control over himself and he has no control over what he's trying to do, or he or she. I'm learning a lot here. Stop blaming. Yes, stop blaming yourself. You are not to blame. The narcissist wanted to pass on pain. That's what the function of these demons are. The narcissist wanted you to think like they do. They don't want to be alone. They don't want to be abandoned. Everyone needs to be as horrible as I am. Their grandiosity demands that every person is just like them. Every object is just like them, which means that they don't need to give them respect because they don't respect themselves. No matter what type of narc you're dealing with. Overt, covert, grandiose, with semantic, cerebral, all of them. They're grand. No matter what they may have, no matter what stature, no matter what developments they have been able to go through in life, they hate themselves, and everything is about them. And you are just an object. You're just a thing. And God, like I told you, these people are living in reverse, and the reason is they don't respect themselves. They don't love themselves. They hate themselves. And because they don't respect and hate themselves, everybody else must as well. Another factor involved when survivors and thrivers better themselves. When we grow, when we become better people, it offends their demons. It offends them. It offends their grandiosity. You can't be healing. That's bullshit. That doesn't exist. I can't do that. You can't do that. Nobody can do anything I can't do. And that's another part of it. What's up? Hey, man, thank you very much. I greatly appreciate everybody out there. Thank you to everybody coming over here from TikTok, whether you're watching now or later, and continuing the stream that I had started over there. These conversations happen on Dragonstorm YouTube all the time. Please make sure to subscribe to my channel. Share them out on your social media if you will. And please, if you are on TikTok, go back to that last video the last TikTok video that I just put out and share it. Share the living hell out of it and give a hefty middle finger to the narc or psycho or toxic person over there who could not stand a man, a community coming together to discuss people like them. Thank you so much. Let's see. Natalie says, figured I was smarter than this. I'm spiritual in my own way. Crystal Reiki. Oh, that's wonderful. That's why the demon came after you. The demon came after you because you are enlightened. You're on a spiritual path. Now, let me explain this, Natalie. You're going to understand this. You had to fight that demon and overcome it in order to have a spiritual milieu, a spiritual awakening, in order to reach a new height. I know it doesn't feel like this right now, but everything that you are learning about yourself and learning about this demon and the situation that you were in is going to give you a strength and resilience that you never knew you had. It is going to give you insights that you never had before. And the narcissist function when it comes to this realm, is to level you. I know it doesn't. I know it sounds backwards. Everything with the narcissist is backwards. The reason that this demon came into your life was because it was attracted by your light and wanted to destroy it because it was jealous of it and it offended his demons. But the function of a narcissist is for us to survive these encounters and become better people, become more spiritually awakened, to become more aware mentally, emotionally of what's going on, what these types are. This is weird. I mean, I'm sure you might understand what I'm talking about. We're at the end of the age of Pisces. There is an awakening happening. Okay, Aquarius is right around the corner. This is why you see a lot of toxic people being exposed in the media right now. You see a lot of people being shown for their dirt, and people whose demons are being aggravated by this spiritual awakening that is happening with all of us. They're going wreck out there. They're telling lies, smear campaigning, projecting themselves, blaming other people for their problems, all over the place right now. This is why we live in the time that we do. We are on a battlefield together, sister. Together, we are on a battlefield. And it is up to us light workers. It is up to us to motivate others, to enlighten others, to be there for other people who go through this type of abuse and need a lending hand, need insight, need help. This is why we're doing what we do. Natalie says he could do whatever he wanted, and whenever he raised with no consequences on abuse or anything. Even now, 39 years old, parents being asked me to drop charges because it'll hurt his reputation. Those parents are enablers, and those parents are the reason why he is who he is. Do not drop those charges. Hold him accountable for what he did to you. Do not let that demon move on like a locust to another field, to another person, and destroy them. Because guarantee you, Natalie, if the roles are reversed, that narcissist will be coming down on you. Well, maybe not. Maybe not. See, I clowned a narcissist. The narcissist triangulated me. I clowned Rainbow Dragon to the point to where I was told I was being a bully. I'm being a bully because I'm standing up for myself and I'm exposing a narcissist for the piece of evil trash that they are. I was being a bully. And they tried to pull the go to court thing with me. But Narcopath didn't really want that. Narcopath, in a way, came in and saved my ass a little bit. She did. But the reason that she did that wasn't to be a friend. It wasn't to be a good person. It was to continue the cycle of abuse. But narcissists put you in jail. How can they abuse you? How can they hoover you? How can they get supply out of you? It's all about maintaining supply with them. But I guarantee you this, if you don't press those charges, then in the ways that narcissist can abuse you, he will continue to do so. He will stalk you. He will hoover you. He will abuse you. He will try and lower your self-worth. He will try and destroy you. Absolutely. So you need to hold that narc accountable and understand this. Understand this. If you manage to put that narc in jail, narcissists can't be narcissists in jail. Professor Sam Vaknin dropped that knowledge on me. Guys, please check out Self-Aware Narcissist Borderline. Professor Sam Vaknin, whom I get my technical information from. Absolutely. Sexy bitch. If you're watching Sam, you sexy motherfucker. And I get that Yes, I was just playing on the narcissist ego. He knows it. I knows it. It's a mutual thing. But the narcissist can't be a narcissist in jail. Why can't a narcissist be a narcissist in jail? Because they're held accountable for their actions. A psycho could be a psycho in jail. A sociopath could be a sociopath in jail. But a narcissist can't be a narcissist in jail. Because if they try to manipulate, triangulate, and lie and smear and put on a fake face, they're going to get their asses kicked. Which is probably why Rainbow Dragon was getting railed up his butt in jail. You know, it's you have to hold them accountable. They hate being held accountable. Oh yeah, super chat. I'm sorry, you're right. All right, let me go back. Thank you. I'm sorry, CJ. CJ8 for $5 Canadian. Thank you so much, brother. I appreciate you supporting the channel. He says, gonna need a tarot reading after surviving that lightning strike. 13 is definitely my number. Hit me up. Hit me up in DMs. I'll give you a tarot reading. I absolutely will. I'll give you a tarot reading. So let's see. Iman says, hell yeah, expose them publicly and let them know they're fake as fuck. So he is right. Iman is right. There are situations where protecting yourself is more important. If you are dealing with a malignant, if you are dealing with a very abusive, malignant narcissist, be careful. Definitely expose them. Warn people. Expose them in public for who they are. Fuck that shit. All right. I mean, look, the narcissist abuse cycle is what it is, and as far as recovery, but the end of that recovery cycle is basically like everybody basically says this that I've ever watched. Go let the narcissist destroy somebody else and live your life. Go no contact and just live your life and let them go destroy somebody else. Nah, fuck that. F that. That's not how Dragonstorm teaches it. We do not train to be merciful at Dragonstorm. You hold that person accountable. You hold them accountable for what they have done and who they are. Because holding them accountable may spare another person the agony of what you have been through. It also causes narcissistic injury. It also can cause a narcissistic collapse. Now, well, that's what I say. Narcissistic collapses can be dangerous. So you protect yourself first. Set up cameras. Make sure to keep your evidence. Don't get rid of DMs. Don't get rid of anything, any of the threats that they've sent you. I know that like you want to and you feel that you should, but do not. You expose them and you keep exposing them. Listen, I created a grand discard by mirroring back and exposing narcissists. And that narcissist is running scared. Will not contact me, will hoover me, will look at my videos, will look at my live streams, will not talk to me because I will defeat her every single engagement because I see her for who she is. And I will not stop exposing the narcissist. I may not use her name. But anybody who knows. And the thing about a narcissist, we'll talk about mirroring narcs for a second. Mirroring a narcissist is not being a narcissist. Get that thought. People who tried to some weird toxic shit came at me on Instagram about this. No, it's not mirroring a narcissist. A narcissist is about lies and illusion and deception. Mirroring a narcissist back is confronting that with truth and facts. Mirroring a narcissist back is confronting their broken inner child, their insecurity, their abandonment, their broken core with a solid, healed, confident self, knowing who you are. When you are like that, you are impervious to a narcissist. You're impervious. Yeah, they can still lie and try and smear you, but when you are confident in who you are, what does the smear campaign matter? You are who you are. You are authentic. You show who you are. Your actions follow your words, and they remain the same. What can a smear campaign do to you? Anybody, first off, who wants to believe lies about you wanted to believe them lies in the first place. There's nothing. You are impervious to a narcissist when you recognize their behaviors, understand their disorder, and you are confident about yourself. When your boundaries are ironclad, when you are wearing the armor of confidence, there is nothing a narc can do to you. Mirroring back a narcissist is punching a bully in the nose. And when they come back for more, you keep punching them in the nose. Eventually, that narcissist is going to have so many bloody noses and have been battered and beaten so many times with the realization that others see them for who they are, that they will F off and understand that you can use their grandiosity and all of their insecurities against them. You can use it all if you're smart enough, If you don't, your emotions are detached from the situation. If you can defend yourself with logic and reason, a narcissist's grandiosity demands that they get supply from you. So while you are exposing a narc, they are getting negative fuel, absolutely, but you're poisoning the fuel. You're poisoning it with truth and facts, and some of they can't help but bring it down until it creates a narcissistic collapse. I created a narcissistic injury so bad in both of those narcs that they collapsed out of my life. Collapsed out of my life. And that's what you can do too. Understand. Don't mirror narcs back constantly though. Natalie says, I don't know how to attract a good person who will love me authentically and be a team, not an opponent. Okay. All right. We'll get into this. Excuse me. Natalie, the reason you think you don't know how to attract a good person is because you don't know your worth. It is because there are issues in you that are unresolved from the past that give you a sense or a lack of self-worth. It also has to do with the scars that demon has put upon you, the evil eye that they put upon you. A lot of this, all of this can be fixed. First off, by protecting yourself spiritually, standing up for yourself, no interaction, no contact. If you can help it, no contact, and healing yourself, but also going to therapy. See a licensed professional or speak to a life coach. I recommend Sean K. Howerton and Coach Randy White. Both of those people are wonderful coaches. I also give coaching sessions, $50 US for a session, but you have access to my phone and you can text me and call me whenever you need to. So I am at your disposal. You don't feel that way because of how your upbringing. Something in you, there's something in you that made you feel weak. There's something in you that made you feel like you're a terrible person, you're a bad person, and you're not. And the narcissist exasperated these wounds. That's why I say this is a learning experience. You learn about yourself because these wounds that they exasperate within you, these cracks in your armor that you didn't even know were there, or your character, you now go into healing them and fixing them, learning about yourself, becoming the best version of who you are. And as you heal these wounds, sister, your resonance will attract like. You will attract others with your heart and authenticity. You are unable to do that right now, or most especially unable to recognize good people or healthy relationships with people because of the unresolved issues in you, because of the traumas that you have inside of you. Trust me, sister, you, just like every person in this chat, you are a beautiful, bright light in the darkness of the world. You've had a few issues that you need to get over and resolve. And once you do that, once you face the pain in you, you will heal. The reason that you attracted a narcissist, just like me and every person in this chat, is because we had unresolved issues. We had cracks in our armor. We had things that we had to learn about ourselves. And as I've said, sometimes this happens to people who had great upbringings and great parents who don't really have mother or father wounds, but they never experienced dealing with this type of evil in their lives, and they needed the education to understand and recognize toxic behaviors because they were people pleasers, or they had weak boundaries, they were overly compassionate and overly giving. And you need to understand, but in those cases, that not everyone deserves your energy. Evil exists. You have encountered, crawled through hell, being hurt, and you are now overcoming that evil. Take this experience and make it positive. You can do it. I know it doesn't feel like that, but you absolutely can. This is the lessons that we learn, that we garner from narcissistic abuse. Our recovery is a hero's journey, a hero for yourself. You can do this, sister. I believe in you. All right, I'm going to skip down just a little bit. Oh, shit, what is up, Tyler Mango? Good to see you. Thank you so much, Ravenclaw. Hail the fourth wave. Hail my very first fan from fucking, 5 years ago. So beautiful. Every time you come to the chat, you light my heart on fire, man. Thank you so much. I love you. Thank you for being here. TJ says, demons are easy. I go for the throne. I go for Satan's shotgun, and this time it's personal. But you can't fall into darkness. So I am a light worker and a shadow worker. I can vacillate between light and dark. But if I go into either extreme, I can become toxic. You have to mitigate. This is why emotional control is so important. You have to know when to strike and when not to. Yeah, that's just like my own little wisdom for myself, CJ. No, I'm not projecting anything on you, brother. I have to know when I'm going too dark. I can go dark for a minute. I can mirror these narcs back really well. Or I can go into the light and mirror them back really well. But I have to make sure to control my emotions and not allow myself to go to any extremes. Extremes are the killers, y'all. Emot says, work on yourself, discover what attracts each type. You're like, well, yes, that's it. Moth to a flame. Toxic people are attracted to authentic people, but they hate them. They want to be that, but they can't. You will find this in like spiritual narcissists or religious narcissists. The ones that are like, you don't pray the right way. You don't pray. You don't believe in my God who has a bigger dick than your God. Like, you don't believe. So like, I have to hate you. Those people are fake. They're fake. They're putting on a false front. That's a fake face. And they will hate your authenticity because like your authentic connection to source, to God, to creator, universe, whatever you call it, the goddess. Let me throw for my Wiccans out there. They will see that as fake because they are fake. Toxic people see you. They don't even have to have a personality disorder, but toxic person will see you, your authentic self, as fake because they are fake. And it may even be subconscious. I'm bringing this point up to come back to what Iman's saying right now. The reason you attract narcissists is because you psychologically were bullshitting yourself about something. You are being fake to a degree about something. You could be authentic in how you express yourself, but your subconscious, your unhealed wounds, or your wounds that were not healed properly, will activate your subconscious memory and create traits in you that you don't even realize you're impulsively doing. This could be mantras, ways of thinking. Healing oneself and self-understanding is mastery, brothers and sisters. It is mastery. This is how you understand your true authentic self and your connection to source, your connection to God, the gods, the universe, the goddess, however you want to put it. This is what matters the most. All rivers lead to the ocean. When it comes to spiritual beings, spirituality, all rivers lead to the ocean. We all have different experiences in this life. And anyone who commits to one river and says that this is the only river that leads to the ocean is a person who is denying existence, does not have an authentic connection with spirituality, and is a person who is toxic and fake. And they may not even realize it. Watch out. Watch out for those types. Deborah Cohen says, projection is a defense mechanism, Natalie. It's a way for them not to acknowledge their wrongdoings or wrong sayings. Wonderfully put, and this is so very true. Understand this, an unhealed empath, an unhealed person also projects. They also project. I projected my heart, my belief, my integrity, my honesty. I projected myself on Narcopath. I projected that deep down inside, somewhere inside of her, was a reflection of me. Was a good person, someone who would feel pain, someone who would feel bad for what that they had done. Well, I mean, they all feel pain, but someone who would feel bad for what they have done and actually seek to change who they were, fight their impulses. These are the things that I do. And we project our vision. We project who we are, our perspective of life, onto others. This is also something that you need to learn. This is also a part of your healing journey now. And anyone out there who's going through a healing journey, hail my brothers and sisters, my survivors and thrivers from narcissistic abuse. Please smash the like button and share out the link. And if you are here from TikTok, please go back to my last TikTok video and share the hell out of it in defiance of the toxic person who took down that stream. You must learn about yourself. You must learn about, how you see things. Emotional control, y'all. Emotional control, finding your center, finding, that's that central chi. Finding that central energy and spirit within you, removing emotion and understanding that even though you are living You are an observer in the experiment of life, to put it in a quantum physics way. You are the observer in the experiment of life, that everyone else is also the observer who is affecting, seeing, and manifesting the world from their own vision and perspective. And if you are able to do that, then sometimes you'll catch yourself. Maybe this person acts like this because of this. Sometimes we get that through, of course, through references of life experience that we've been through or something we have become learned upon. Sometimes we do it because we need to believe, we have to believe that someone else sees things the way that we do. Narcissists do this all the time. It's very toxic. Everyone else is a liar. Everyone else is controlling. Everyone else is manipulative. Their grandiosity demands that they believe that. They project themselves. It's why, Natalie, he came home and accused you of things that he was doing himself, because everybody else does what he does. It's a way of escaping their own shame. Narcissists do everything to escape shame, which goes back to exposing them in public. That'll create injuries and scare the living shit out of them. Let's see. I'm going to skip forward a little bit. Natalie, I met him in a spiritual community on TikTok. He's a spiritual narcissist. Spiritual narcissists, they're my favorite. They're my favorite. I love those. I love fake witches. I love fake Catholics. I love fake Christians. I love fake Muslims. I love them. I love them. Because because these are people who take spirituality, something that is meant to connect us to everyone, connect us to source and spirituality, and they use it to destroy. They use it to create grandiosity. They use it for manipulation. I'm better than you because I pray this way. Or they use it because they understand, especially in spiritual communities. I think we're about in the same spiritual realm, of being. They've been with somebody who was a tarot card reader or was a Reiki practitioner or an astrologist or something like that, and they will take the information that they use from that to love bomb, create their new fake face, create that new fake persona, so they can mirror you. And also to use your knowledge or use things that mean a lot to you against you. They use it against you. It's insidious. I was trying to think of some way to put this in it. There's no way I can put this without coming down on some type of belief system. They use faith and spirituality in order to present a false self, use other people's belief, faith, love in their connection with source as a way to hide who they are, to be covert, but also to manipulate you, the person that you are. Listen, like in Natalie, it's like this. There's a big difference between the King James Bible, the Bible that was released after the Council of Nicaea, and the Gnostic texts. What should have been the real Bible, right? The Holy Bible. You look at the Gnostic texts, you read things like the Book of Mary, the Book of Judas, the Book of Enoch. You read these and you get an entirely different interpretation, an entirely different understanding of the time of Christ, who he was and what was going on, And then you look at the post-Council of Nicaea text, which was written by psychos and narcs, written by people who were trying to control the populace. Same thing with the King James, written by people who are trying to control others using faith and spirituality, and you get an entirely different interpretation. This is why Christianity has so many damn sects and why it's so broken up. And it comes down to it. When you read the Gnostic text, you begin to understand Jesus wasn't saying follow me. He was saying be like me. He was leading by example. Yahshua is one of the most misunderstood prophets of the divine ever in history. But once the narcs and the psychos that were running those institutions got a hold of it, they tore it up and twisted it and made it how they wanted to make it. We should all be trying to attain Christ consciousness. Joshua said, I have these demons admit we watch you because of your light that shows they are spiritually dead. Yeah, moths to a flame, like Iman said. They want to emulate you. Like fucking Scott. It's like, so Scott Clark, Guy I do videos with, the guy that I work with. You guys know him. You see him on my Sunday shows, right? Scott's great guy, wonderful, wonderful. I don't know if he calls himself a Christian, but he knows Christian mythos. And these narcissists that these spiritual narcissists came into his realm and fed off of him for a while, and then broke away and began to smear campaign him because they saw his light. They saw how pure he was, how authentic he was in his faith under the teachings of Jesus Christ. And so they saw that, they wanted to emulate that, they came at that, and then broke away and sought to destroy the person that they were emulating. This spiritual narcissism, man. They go after the light, and then they want to destroy the light because these people are demons. These people are demons. Any religious leader, any religious person or spiritual person that is out there doing that is not representative of source or their belief system or spirituality. They are a demon wearing sheep's clothing, trying to fool you into thinking they're something that they're not, while pointing the finger at others and smear campaigning and attempting to destroy authentic people on true spiritual journeys. I love religious narcs. They're my favorite. I love them. Let's see. I just tell my inner demons that if it ain't paying the rent and it doesn't have my permission to be here. That's the way you deal with your damage. I understand what you're saying. That's the way you deal with your damage. You have to learn control and self-mastery and self-control. You cannot, everyone, listen, my brothers will understand this. My sisters out there, if you're warriors, I think you'll understand this, because this is kind of more of a male, with the exception of my mama bears out there. This is kind of more of a male energy thing. Guys, you know damn well the nice guys finish last. You have to have a killer instinct. You've got to have a little psychopath in you. You have to have that warrior that will defend the tribe, that will defend the village, that will defend yourself and what's yours. You need to have that lion inside of you that roams the prairie. You have to have that part of you that you can summon of masculine strength, divine masculine strength that leads by strength. You need to have that in you. Everyone does. And to have that in you, you've got to learn how to harness your animalistic nature. You have to know how to harness your, demons for a better, what's the term CJ's using? You have to learn how to harness that. Don't ever let these hypergamous, narcissistic women out here, these super feminists, conditioned women, into putting you down, because that's what they're doing. That's what they've been doing for the last how many decades, putting you down for being a masculine representation of God. Do not let them do that. Do not let them strip away your masculinity because of their hypergamous rhetoric. Be a man. Be strong. Take control. Because a real man who knows his worth and understands who he is meant to be, whether it's in society or a family or a relationship dynamic, understands that we don't have control all the time. That sometimes you let your partner needs to take the reins. There's a reason why women are the backbone of the family, because that plays their strengths. That is who they are. They are the emotional center. They're supposed to be the one person a man can go to and trust to open up in their emotional center and be their true, authentic emotional selves with. This is the function of a woman, by and far. So my brothers out there, embrace your killer instinct. Dragonstorm does. That's why I'm preaching and talking and doing what I'm doing. This is why I put this energy out that I am. And and on the same token, you will go to someone like Sean K. Howardson, wonderful narcissistic abuse recovery coach, survivor of a marriage, survivor of wanting to die. Wanting to end her life. A true thriver. You go to her, if you go watch her content, you will find that high matriarchy. You will find that mother goddess energy. You will find divine feminine. The strength that she imparts is a strength that I do not have because I am not a woman. And you will find it there. Please follow Sean K. Howardson. She is a beautiful, wonderful human being. Let's get a little further ahead because I be talking. Dragonstorm be talking. Let's see. All right, let's go to one second, Natalie. Joshua says, I can't stand control freaks, and these narcs know not to play with me. That's a narcissist slayer. My narcissist slayer out there. That's exactly it. I use the term narcissist slayer, and I don't mean you go out there and go after narcs. That's not what I mean. Not what I mean. When they cross your path, you know that you've dealt with these demons before. You know you've dealt with these demons before. You know how to deal with these demons. And when they cross your path, you know how to swat that toxic net. You understand that the fake face that they're putting on, trying to hurt you, trying to smear campaign you, trying to lie to you is a fake face. And you can already tell as a narcissist slayer how they are trying to manipulate you, what their weaknesses are. And you mirror that back. You turn that energy right around with a confident, strong, intelligent core, emotionally grown core, and you circumvent that fake self and you go right for the broken inner child, right for that broken core. It'll create a narcissistic injury of unbelievable damage. Josh knows how to do that. Hail to you, brother. Natalie says, I did everything for him, bought things, forgave him, helped him through the darkest times, and showed up for him for anything he needed. That's what we all do for narcs. I did that with Narcopath. I bought her a car. You know what she did with that car? She went up and down the East Coast with Rainbow Dragon playing sex games and then crashed it. Let him drive it. Let him drive my car and crashed it. They got hit by 5 or 6 tractor trailers on a highway in Baltimore, Maryland, and that may have something to do with a karma box that I constructed, but that's a conversation for another time. These narcs can't escape their karma. That narcissist, this is the thing, Natalie. This is the thing, and it's twisted, and it's going to be hard for you to wrap your brain around. All right, it's going to be hard. I understand. It's going to be hard to wrap your brain around this, but listen. All of those things that you just described that a healthy person would value, the narcissist sees as weakness. That narcissist saw you as a fool, something to be controlled, an object, something they could play with and look down upon. All of those wonderful things that you're saying right here. The narcissist, through their backwards mind, looked at that as you being a weak piece of trash. Their grandiosity demands that everyone is like them. And if you are not like them, you are weak. You are an other. You are to be disdained. They hate forgiveness. They hate that. They need it. They're energy vampires. They want to suck off you. And the way that they validate them doing that to you is because you're lesser than, because you are like that. Possessed by demons, Natalie. Everything that they feel, everything that they think, everything they do is in reverse. Their moral compass is inverted. Lies are the truth, truth are lies. Good is bad, bad is good. This is how they think. This is who they really are. They're a demon. Josh, I'd love to have a session with you. Please go to Instagram. I can't get my phone number out here. Go to my Instagram, Dragonstorm, or my TikTok. Instagram's better. Or get up with me on lodonis@hotmail.com. But DM me, Josh. I got you, bro. I got you. And thank you very much. You're going to join a wonderful list of people that I've been coaching, beautiful people. And I've been having a really good time doing it. So I'm even coaching one person who's dealing with a borderline. You know how much they scare me. I can't stand them borderlines. Them borderline women, they're my kryptonite, and I can't deal with them. And I'm actually about to start coaching somebody else dealing with a borderline. I'm also coaching someone who dealt with a malignant, a psychopath, a true psychopath. And I'm also dealing with a woman who's recovering from a narcissistic sociopath, a male narcopath. A male narcopath. I didn't know male narcopaths exist, but they do. And so I've got a lot of wonderful people over there that I'm helping to heal. Guys, if you are interested in having a session with me, it is $50 US. You have access to my phone. You will have access to me all the time. And please book a session with me. DM me on Instagram or TikTok. You can go to the website. You can go to the GoDaddy website that I have pinned on this channel. But try and get up with me in a DM directly, and I will absolutely get back to you. I will schedule a time with you, and we will get down to work on you not only healing from that hovering hobgoblin, but becoming a better, more powerful, wonderful version of yourself. All right? Healing is not just talking about and getting over the narc. We need to talk about those things, but it is also realizing your self-worth, what you need to heal inside of you, taking the steps that you need in order to heal. I am not a licensed therapist. I'm just a fucking street philosopher who has seen some shit. I'm also a spiritualist. I give you a spiritual angle. I have been practicing what you would call the craft since I was 13 years old. I know high magic. I understand spirituality. I am a necromancer. I know how to do these things. So if you want that advice as well, I can give that to you. If you're looking for spells, we've got them available on this channel and on Instagram and TikTok. Natalie Crystal says, I'm trying to rebuild my platform and my business. Oh, God. You know what? I was building this company called Rogue Entertainment. Narcopath came in, saw a whole bunch of, saw my weaknesses, saw ability to find a whole lot of supply, and destroyed it. I'm rebuilding Rogue. I am rebuilding Rogue. And not only here, which is an expansion of Rogue Entertainment, but also on my first channel, author Stephen Walton, where we talk about entertainments. But Coach Randy White, his business was damn near destroyed. He lost everything because of his narc came into his life and destroyed his life and triangulated him, did all the narky shit. You are not alone in this endeavor, Natalie. What you will find, and this is, I swear to you, I promise, me and Scott, me and Coach Randy White, both of us, like we're on like the same trajectory. I love that man. He's one of my new best friends. What you will find is that as you rebuild your brand and your business and your platform, that it's going to include the lessons that you have learned from narc abuse, not just the enlightenment that you learn from literally battling a demon, to understanding yourself and your own spiritual milieu and your own spiritual growth and awakening. Natalie, your business, it may not look like it did before. It may not be the exact same look, but you are most definitely going to build something that is more powerful than what you had before. Look, these narcs in some way are an alley loop, girl. I don't know how to put it any other way. I feel bad for people. I really do feel bad for people who deal with like true malignant psychopaths and deal with them for decades, and just they're broken, like beyond the ability to truly love themselves and grow. And it breaks my heart whenever I talk to somebody like that, because they absolutely can. They can. It's going to take an incredible amount of work to make it happen. But I'll say those of us who like went through the average the average narcissist, let's put it like that. Not that there is one. Their function in our lives is to make us better people. I know it don't feel like that, but remember, you're dealing with narcs. Everything is in reverse. You went through the worst experience of your life. You were driven down to the lowest point of your life. You may or may not have wanted to die. And, this is the thing, Natalie, it's been strangely comforting for me to coach people who have gone through what we have, that have also been suicidal, because I was driven to that point. And the narcs wanted me to die. The narcs and their flying monkeys, they wanted me to do that. They absolutely did. That's a crowning achievement for a narcissist. That's like that's a trophy they can always have on their wall. Look, I abused this person to them doing this, self-harm. But those of us that have gone through that, you don't know it yet. You don't know it yet, my friend. You have a resilience and strength in yourself that is unrealized. And as you fill the Ace of Cups within you, as you fill that cup, as you fill that with self-worth and knowledge and growth, you're going to find a reservoir of strength within you that is unmatched. You're not going to believe how wonderful and beautiful and powerful and authentic and great you are as a person. And it's not from ego. That's not ego talking. It's authenticity. It is who you are meant to become. You take these narcs as a growth experience. This is a learning experience. This is a bettering yourself experience. This is a becoming stronger and more authentic experience. That's what Dragonstorm's about. Welcome to this community. This is what we do. Josh says, I'm healing, and these narcs know it, and they hate it, Josh. They hate it. These toxic people hate it. In fact, give me a moment. I'm going to play a video just about that, if you guys don't mind. Let's go down. If you are not subscribed to my TikTok or my Instagram, please do. Let's see. Where are you? It was a while back, wasn't it? Thank the Narcissist. Is it Thank the? Yeah, it's Thank the Narcissist. Here we go, guys. Check this out.
You know what narcissists hate? Progression, positivity. You living your life and being your best self. You getting to work, getting projects done. You believing in yourself, getting over hurdles, getting over them. Forget that Hoover and Hobgoblin. That person lives in cycles of self-defeat. You want to live in that? You traded energy with that. You gave up your energy for that. And that's their function. Listen, narcissist function is to show you how good a person you are, how great a person you are. A narcissist function is for you to discover things from your past that have held you back, why you kept running back to abusive situations, or why you kept looking for negative people, why you kept running in cycles of self-defeat. That's what a narcissist functioning. Thank the narcissist. Because if it wasn't for the narcissist, you wouldn't realize how special you are. You wouldn't realize how much energy you had, how much heart you had, how much you were capable of forgiving and believing in someone else and believing in a situation and putting your all into it. I mean, running yourself into the ground. Thank the narcissist, because now you know that energy is reserved for you and that special few people who prove themselves to be worthy of being in your life. That is how you look at it. That's how you flip this script. That's how you take something evil. That's how you take something that you went through that utterly that destroyed you, and you rebuild yourself into a better person. You have the strength, the willpower, the heart. You have the constitution to be whatever you want to be if you put that energy in yourself. So forget the Hobgoblin. They served their function. Now they're moving on like a locust to destroy the next field and turn the next person into a stronger, better version of themselves. Yeah, sometimes you got to wave bye-bye to the devil, but thank him for those lessons. Move forward, my brothers and sisters, loving yourself, being a friend to yourself, be good to each other. Suffer no fools.
Suffer no fools, y'all. Suffer no fools. That narcissist served a function in your life, and that function was to better yourself, was to learn who you were, was to shore up the weaknesses that you had in you, the cracks in the foundation of your character, the unresolved issues or issues that were not healed properly, and learn about them. Reopen those wounds. Shout out to Alicia, who gave me a great analogy for this. Sometimes you've got to tear open the stitches of your past and you have to resuture them because they did not heal properly. That scar was not put together properly. And that is what you do. This healing journey is about self-understanding. I love you, sister. I love you. We love you. This Dragonstorm community loves you. Every person in this chat has been through what you've been through, including myself. And we love you. You are heard and you are known in what you have been through. Welcome to the Dragonstorm community. Let's see. Yeah, brother. Oh, yeah, go head off to that gym. Miss Rockstar, what you doing? How you doing? Yeah, head out to the gym. Go get that ass working, girl. Go tighten that shit up. That's what we need you to do. That's what we need you to do, Miss Rockstar. Go out there and be fabulous. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh, what the hell's going on with my oh shit. The queen has motherfucking arrived. The queen has arrived. Give me a second.
Stop. Could you please step on the same foot at the same time? My tits are falling off!
What is up, Nick Rag? Good to see you, sweetheart. Thank you for being here. Much love to you. Man, Dragonstorm loves you. What's up, Dante? What's up, man? Good to see you. Hail, brother. Love you so much, man. Thank you so much for being here, everybody. We got some new faces in the chat. We got Cheers here. I'm sorry, we got Sherry here. We also have Natalie. Please say hello to them. They have come from the TikTok Dragonstorm community over to here. For those of you who don't know. Yeah, TikTok. I was doing my first live on TikTok. And some narcissist or psycho over there was like, this is hate speech. I see myself being reflected in this. And he's talking about healing people and helping people. And oh my God, we've got to get rid of this. And actually brought my stream down. So we came over here to YouTube, where the people at YouTube, thank the gods, have the heart and understanding to know that we are a community of healers, that we do not kneel, that we are coming together to heal, to survive and thrive with one another. So please thank them for coming over here and joining the Dragonstorm community on YouTube. Man, my love to y'all. My love to y'all. Thank you so much. Evil and immoral. You are never supposed to figure them out. Well, yeah, we're not supposed to, but you need to understand them. You need to understand them so that you can know to avoid them. The red flags of a toxic personality. We ignore red flags. I ran at red flags. My stubborn Taurus ass ran at those red flags like I was trying to beat a competition. I put my Captain Save-A-Ho cape on faster than I can tell you. And I realized that these were toxic behaviors. And so once I understood them, listen, narcissists tell you who they are by how they abuse you and what they say. They can't help it. They can't help themselves. Narcopath used to say, I run at red flags like they're fun. And that's because she is a red flag. And she had seen so many men in her past run at her and ignore her red flags because pussy was good. I ain't gonna lie. The pussy was good. It was good. She knew how to fuck because she did it her whole life. You know, and that'll suck you right in, man. Y'all know when you're with a crazy woman who will do anything in the bed. You know, it's you know how that works on us. Anyway, yeah, but you have to understand what these things are. You have to know what they are. And if you don't, once you go, the reason, like one of the functions of going through narcissistic abuse is to understand what evil is. These people exist. These people exist. Terry, understand. Once you really see it, you're going to see that Hollywood actor talking some shit and be like, hey, that's wrong. What they're saying is wrong. Why are they projecting ists and isms and phobes? You will see that in sociopolitics. You will see groups that claim to be anti-fascist being fascist as hell. You will see groups that say only one group matters, but we're fighting racism. And they are racist as hell. You will see politicians. I mean, we all know politicians are full of shit, but you will hear politicians and be like, yeah, that dude is full of shit. That woman is full of shit. You will see this. They exist everywhere. They exist in your churches. They exist in your synagogues. They exist in your Wiccan circles, your pagan circles. Absolutely. I have met some goddess-headed women that were totally toxic. And misandrous. You will see it. You won't be able to unsee it. You won't be able to not see it. Once you come into clarity, once you become a narcissist slayer, once you become that level of aware, you can't unsee it. You notice toxic behaviors, you see gaslighting, you see people projecting themselves upon others, and you know exactly what you're trying to avoid. We have to understand immorals. We have to understand evil. We have to understand these things as we recover from narcissistic abuse. And that goes along with psychopathic, borderline, histrionic, antisocial, anxious avoidant, any of the cluster B-ish people. Now, mind you, some of these can be healed to a degree. Some of these can be. Narcissism can't. A narcissist will always be a narcissist. Don't trust them self-aware narcs. They're getting supply off of you. You know, a borderline can be functional. A person with BPD can eventually become functional. They have to journal. They have to go to therapy. They have to work on themselves. They have to understand their triggers. They have to understand when they are hating someone or challenging someone because they love them and they are trying to push them away, like an avoidant does. Avoidants are, all right, and understand that these personality disorders sometimes group together. Sometimes they group together into sometimes a person can have multiple disorders at once. And they're going to need a lot of psychotherapy. I'm a big believer in the random 1%. I really am. Guys. I'm going to kind of go against my own philosophy here and just put it out there that I do believe there is a random 1% of people with NPD who go on a healing journey to learn how to function and be a better person and are able to achieve a functionality that is not toxic. I believe in the random 1%, but I'm just telling you, I'm erring on caution when it comes to narcs. Someone says they got NPD, or you know they got NPD, that's a demon. You've got to err on caution. You really have to make, I say this, if you're dealing with someone who has a condition and says they're on a healing journey, I offer this. Do their actions and their words align? If their actions follow their words, if those two things align, then they're being honest with you. They are being truthful with you. I have to believe, maybe it's the empath in me, but I have to believe that everyone can heal. Everyone can go on an enlightening healing journey. But I'm also realistic. And the realistic aspect says that, you can go on a healing journey and curb your toxic behaviors, or mitigate them, or learn how to deal with them and not be toxic. But that person is always going to struggle with that disorder. And we all have damage. And in the way that those of us who get abused and used by narcissists, we had something in us that was unresolved, or something we needed to learn with some type of, and 9 times out of 10, some type of damage, rather than innocence. And we learn to live with it. We learn to overcome it. We learn to deal with ourselves, understand when we're being toxic or having toxic thinking or negative thinking. We learn how to overcome that and mitigate that. And so, and it's always a sloppy journey. It's always dirty. It's always messed up. It's always messy. But it's real people are the ones who can apologize and mean it. Remember, y'all, an apology doesn't mean a damn thing if they gonna turn around and do the same thing to you an hour, a week, a month later. Apologies don't mean a damn thing. Thank you so much, and I really do. I love my clients, and like I said, that's why I shout out people like Sean K. Howardson and Coach Randy White. Coach Randy White, who's about to put out the largest narcissistic abuse recovery app in history. Please support my man Randy. He is a thriver. He is a person that took a loss, the biggest loss in his life, and turning it into the biggest win of his life. I support that man. I'm so happy, and I love that man. Please go check out Coach Randy White. DM him on any of his platforms. DM him on Instagram, TikTok, wherever you find him with app. APP. Just DM him that, and you will become enrolled in he will give you the information to become enrolled in the program for the largest narcissistic abuse recovery app in history. Support our brothers and sisters surviving and thriving out there. But I absolutely do, Tebra. Because I love y'all. I love y'all. I would not have got like Deborah and Miss Rockstar and Nikki Red and everybody else, Beth, and all the other people that I can't mention. You guys, all my brothers and sisters out there, I would not be who I am today without you. I would have not healed. I wouldn't have gotten to where I am without you. You're part of my healing journey. I love the living shit out of y'all. I love every single one of my subs, the people that come through my videos. I love every last one of you. We are in this together. This is my tribe. You are my tribe. And we're going to win this thing together. We're going to spread awareness. We're going to help others heal. We're going to stand together, shield to shield on the battlefield of life. And we're going to win. Good can win if good people refuse to kneel. We got this. You are very welcome, sir. Sister. You are very welcome. I'm sorry. Oh, man. I'm trying to misgender nobody. Some people get sensitive about that. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. Let me skip ahead a little bit. Let's see. Crown a clown. Oh, crown a clown. That's what we do when we should clown them. You want to see what clowning a narc looks like? Would you like to see what clowning a narcissist looks like? Yeah, I'll play it. You know what? I'm going to play it. I'm going to show you what clowning a narc. If you guys are interested in seeing what clowning narcs look like. So, Dragonstorm blocked the official accounts, not the whatever side accounts that my ex-narc and Rainbow Dragon have. But Jesus, oh my God, I got to get away from that. My Instagram feed is full of narcissistic abuse recovery heroes and hoes. Okay. But the one place that I have him, I have Rainbow Dragon blocked is Instagram. Because when a narcissist sees themselves in a video, they cannot help. But start talking trash. So let me see. Not all male narcs put things up their butts. Here we go. Okay. Let me see. Is that the video? Give me 1 second, guys. I'm sorry. Let's see. No, that's not it. That's a post. I'm sorry. Give me 1 second. I'm having trouble finding it. Not all male narcissists. Where is that video? Where is that video? Not all male narcissists. I'm sorry, guys. Thank you guys so much for being here. Please smash the like button and share the link if you would. Here we go. Let's watch this video, and then this is the video This is the video that triggered Rainbow Dragon. I mean, just triggered him hard. He saw this, he saw himself, he knew I was talking about his type of narc, and it made him nuts. And then I'm going to show you the rebuttal. Here we go.
I don't believe I have to make this video. I've been having a lot of Karens coming through my comments because I was talking about male narcs and mommy issues. This is not how narcs are made. I have a degree in this. I don't understand these privileged white women talking about systemic racism while benefiting from it. I also don't understand the proclivity of actually standing up for people who are complete and utter pieces of garbage. I mean, that's kind of sus in my opinion. Listen, not all male narcs are putting things up their ass, okay? But I can tell you from my own experience and from going through the comments, this may not be the rule, but it's definitely a thing. And do you seriously think I became a YouTuber or a social media person so that I could talk about men putting things up their ass? That's the last thing I want to talk. You think I want to talk about that? I'm just pointing out the suspect behavior coming from these petri dishes of STDs. They can run around and abuse women. They can talk trash. They can manipulate. They can live in a world of freaking fog and cognitive dissonance. And then at the same time, pop out from under the seat of life like a porn theater cock goblin. I have been stalked by male narcs, and I can tell you this. Male narcs are like unregulated preteen girls, emotionally all over the place, and there's always a gay vibe coming to it. There's something about a narcissistic man stalking other men. It's a little faggot to me. Seriously, Karens, if you have to, go out there and stand up for these types of people. I'm guessing that you're a little narcissistic yourself. The only narc I'm defending is Sam Vakin, because that's a sexy motherfucker. I don't go that way. I'm just saying. If you have to spend your time monitoring people who are doing narcissistic abuse content, who have already gone through all of the craziness that a narc does, the lying, the cheating, the stealing, and all the crap, and you have to come and you have to regulate how people express themselves and their experiences and what they've dealt with, you might be the problem. Guys, be good to each other, okay? Suffer no fools. Don't put anything up your ass.
So, yeah, that triggered Rainbow Dragon. That triggered Rainbow Dragon, and so this is how you clown narcs. This is how, I'm going to show you. Let's see. Here we go. Oh, whoop, that's the wrong one. Okay, let's see. Here it is. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you clown a narc. Guys, I'm telling you, the fun is over on Dragonstorm Instagram. If you ain't there, you're missing out. It's these narcs, right? That triggered narc so bad. And I didn't know it because I have him blocked, but he still texts me. And every now, I'll be honest, every now and again, I mess with him back because it's funny. But Narcopath apparently ditched him and was sleeping with somebody else, you know, to get another supply. And he was up. The reason he came and stalked me was because that's their abuse cycle. That's their abuse cycle with one another. They go right after each other. Clowning narcs, Natalie, if you ever get there, if you ever decide to, because some people just move on and that's fine. But clowning narcs can be hilarious. It can be the greatest thing ever. It can be when you just don't care, when you see that goblin for who they are, and they try to come after you again, and it's just like, wow, okay, well, I'm not gonna have fun with this. Then you can. There's also a sequel to that. That's not the only time he hoovered me. He hoovered me again. So there's another video like that, probably from like a week and a half ago. So guys, if you want to see me just have, and there's other narcs too, other narcs that come in my comments over there, you can see them right away. You got, especially the hypergamous ones love me, especially when I'm talking to my brothers and I'm like giving male advice to my men. They hate that. And so there's actually several videos. The ones that I do for the ladies, the female narcs, no, I mean, excuse me, not ladies, the female narcs. The one I do for them is a song called Straight to Your Anus by a band called The Bloody Stools, if you're into, funny music. So yeah, it's crazy. It's have fun over there. Miss Rockstar says, Narc Party Weekend. I'm not sure if I should go because the middle-aged narc will be smearing me as usual, but another one entered the ring and wants to meet her partner. Rockstar, you have to decide, is it worth your time? Is it worth is it worth clowning them? Is it worth going on the offensive and clowning them? Is there, is the juice worth the squeeze? Because at some point you just gotta, swat toxic gnat away and let them go. Yeah, honey, you let me know what you do. You let me know. And I sent you a DM on Instagram. Awesome, baby. Awesome. Yeah. Okay. Let me continue on. Do you like that, Nikki? Let's see. Yeah, Rainbow Dragon can't stop. Okay. All right, I'll just be a little devious for a moment, just a little bit. Please excuse Dragonstorm. We do not train to be merciful here. That male narcissist Rainbow Dragon cannot stop. He cannot stop. First off, he wants to be me. He says he's a white dragon. He's a white dragon. As if, my sigil with the white wolf and the black dragon doesn't mean he's not trying to be me. He wants to be me. And I think he wants a gay relationship with me. That's what I think he wants. But he can't stop. He's a semantic male narc and a meth addict. So he's always manic. And she's a narcissistic sociopath. So she's covert and smarter than him. She's smarter than him. So she gets what she wants from him. And also at this, whether it's money or drugs or a place to crash or whatever it is. But she also gets to hurt his other supplies. So she knows that when she ghosts or when he's cheating, that eventually after they have a fight and she gets beat up in the face or whatever it is that they do. The last time the last time that she came over here, the Christmas Hoover, the reason she did the Christmas Hoover was because she was hospitalized by Rainbow Dragon. She was hospitalized by this guy who's the bestest man ever. And then escaped and then hoovered me for Christmas money. It's insane. But what she was doing was she was using me to show because I hurt Rainbow Dragon. Because I mirror them both. And it's all about negative supply with them. And so she was using me to hurt me and to give Rainbow Dragon an alley-oop. Didn't work out the way she wanted because it created the grand discard and I won anyway. I win all the time against these narcs now, Nick. Once you skies, and you will too, once you get to that point, once you become a warrior, once you become a narc slayer, you will too. She knows that Rainbow Dragon will cheat and then they'll fight and then they'll screw and then they'll go hurt. So they both get this weird negative fuel from their mutual supplies and they triangulate those mutual supplies together. And so the cycle is whenever she's ghosted him to go be with Devon or go be with whatever drug dealer or fucking, pimp that she's sleeping with at that time, then he will immediately look at me. He will immediately come at me because he idolizes me. That's what narcissists do. Remember, I told you guys, they idolize the person that they to a degree, they idolize the target of their abuse. And so I understand that. And when he comes at me, I know that Rainbow Dragon is going through an evaluation stage. And I know that I'm kind of assisting Narcopath. I am actually. I've told him this straight up. I was like, sometimes when you come at me, I'm actually helping her. There have been times where I have been clowning him in the past where she was with me. You know what I mean? I don't know. That's when I was still hateful and that was still trapped in the trauma bonds and stuff. But now I understand it and I see it clearly. So his first thought is she's with him. And then I get to clown him and it hurts him, which he looks for because he likes being degraded. He likes self-degradation. But nowadays it's just I know what's going on. Okay, I guess she's sleeping with somebody else. Found somebody else to sleep with, and now you're being devalued. So here, I'll devalue you some more since you're coming at me and you want it. I'll send it right back at you, buddy. That's crazy, guys. Only mirror narcissists. Only mirror them back when you are healed, completely confident, when you're not attached, you are not hopeful. They will not change. When you know that, that is the only time you do it, guys. That is it. Joshua says, a narc chick I slept with a few years ago told me she pegged her husband. I was like, damn, well then. They do. They do. And the thing about like semantic female narcs, narcopaths, the thing about them is they like to turn men gay. That's some, not all of them, but that's a part of their devaluation. So narcopath loved turning her exes gay, and she was successful with a few of them. She was. She tried to turn me gay. She wanted to peg me in the ass. And I was like, no, we're not doing that. That's not how Dragonstorm rolls. She spread rumors to make Rainbow Dragon feel better. She spread a rumor that she caught me blowing her ex or some shit. You know what I mean? I'm just like, no, I mean, you have to believe that. I guess you have to believe that's not true. That's not how I roll, you know? Not if there's anything wrong with being gay. There's nothing wrong with being gay, guys, by the way. Any of you out there that are bi or gay, I'm not coming down on you. These semantic narcissists use these types of things for devaluation and control, just like the Rainbow Mafia. Just like the Rainbow Mafia. Don't think that they're not, all right? They're spreading mental illness, and they're trying to control people and using you as a shield. But they, but she loved to do that. She would like try and turn dudes gay because she gets off on men being gay. She also gets off on the feeling of control of spreading deviancy because she's a succubus. She has the female Satan, the deviant, but she also uses it in her devaluation campaigns. You know, like that's how I know that she pegs that's how I knew she pegged Rainbow Dragon. That's how I knew about all the stuff like the little dirty secret, them doing videos with trannies and stuff like that, is because she uses that in her devaluation campaign. She knows it's going to come back around to him, and then she gets to play the victim and play the hero and all that. So it is nuts. Like, it is a thing. It is absolutely a thing. These female narcs will want to turn dudes gay, and they use that as a devaluation technique to get under the skin of a man, especially if a man is like let's say a man has closet bisexuality, and like let me make this perfectly effing clear, because I am the son of a lesbian mother who has been in a lesbian relationship for decades. Hi, Mom Judy. Hi, Mom. Like, I also was very proactive in the gay rights community as a young person, because my mom was involved in that. And so one of the most horrible things, you see it in history with like the way in like the 50s, the 40s and the 50s, like gay men marrying straight women, and their relationships were awful. You know, it was a traumatization and awful, because do not repress your natural sexuality. Do not. That is so harmful. That is toxic. Do not be ashamed of who you are. If you are a gay, if you are bi, if you are whatever, do not be ashamed of who you are. That's not the way to live. Embrace who you are. If you're not hurting anybody, you're not hurting anybody. If you love someone differently than like the mainstay of people love, that is not a negative thing. That is not negative. If you're not being hurtful, if you're not going to a place of toxicity and harm or manipulation, that's not hurtful. Love is love. Love is love, straight up. So Rainbow Dragon has he's bisexual, and he hates that about himself. And like I said, he uses that as a way to self-inflict harm, self-inflict negative fuel, hide, be grandiose, while, you know, in his stealthiness and you know, his deception. But he can't face that. And so she would use that against him. Female narcs some of them will turn a dude gay or turn a dude bi, and then understand their shame and not wanting to embrace their sexuality, and use that to further devalue them. This is absolutely a thing. So your narc wants a D from daddy. Absolutely, he wants me to be his daddy. Rainbow Dragon tried to convince me that the way we could hurt narcopath is if she walked in on us having gay sex. I'm not shitting you. I have the receipts. I swear to God. Yeah, I understand. Yes, yeah, yes. Backdoor Bill absolutely wants Lodanis Dragonstorm in his butt. That's absolutely. Oh, thank you so much, Natalie. Thank you so much for $20 super chat. I greatly appreciate that. Thank you guys so much. When you support this channel, the Dragonstorm community, I greatly appreciate you. And if you are interested, I have a members section which is filled with videos which are unreleased, some of which I am going to be releasing to the general public, but there is content there specifically for members throughout my healing journey. If you want to check that out. And thank you guys so much for supporting the channel. Thank you for caring about me and my situation. It's hell, and I'm up and down emotionally. You're going to be up and down emotionally. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, members of my Dragonstorm community, please let her know, confirm what I'm about to say, because you know it. We have lived it. You are going to have your emotional ups and downs, and this is because you are trauma bonded. Your body was trained to fight itself. Your mind, the synapses of your mind were designed in a way to accept evaluation and accept abuse, just like your body. And your spirit, through transferring energy, exchanging energy with a demon, with an incubus, has also trained you spiritually to devalue, look down on yourself, take blame. And this is how the narcissist spreads their pain. You have to, I tell this to all the people that I coach, you have to train your mind how to think differently, which is going to be literally running off-road. Think of your neural pathways as the highway, all right? And the highway of toxicity has been created in your mind. You now have to retrain the way that you think. And that's going to be going off-road, creating new patterns of thought. This is why getting rid of addictions is so hard for people to do, fixations, is because you have to untangle the web that has been created in your head and create a new way of thinking, a new neural pathway. And until you're able to do that consistently every day, it's just like learning something in school, something that you didn't know. You're creating a new way of thinking, creating new neural pathways. Until you do that, you're going to be fighting your own mind. You're also going to be fighting your body, which has, by this point, learned to live on extremes, fight or flight, adrenaline, cortisol, dopamine. These are the things your body now lives on. And so your body, as you change, as you go no contact and begin to regulate yourself, your body is going to fight you by sending impulses up into your subconscious to generate memories, to create feelings, to create feelings in you. And every time that you dwell in those feelings, your hypothalamus at the base of your brain is going to dispense something called neuropeptides. And those neuropeptides are your emotions. And they will flood your bloodstream with depression, anxiety, all of the negative things that it wants. And by doing that, you are sustaining the trauma bond biochemically within you. So you have to, until your cells divide again and you start breaking away from your biochemical addiction to these feelings, you have to fight your mind while rewriting your mind. And you're also under the influence of the evil eye. Narcissists are manic. You are the narcissist object. They hate you. When they are grooming a new supply, they're blaming everything on their crazy ex. They are smear campaigning you to other people. They are constantly energetically sending the evil eye at you, which is why I said to pick up, especially in defense of that, hematite, obsidian, tiger's eye, and garnet. Garnet will help you too. And these things are constantly being shot at you. You have to recover mentally, spiritually, and physically, and fight all of these things at the same time. It's the most grueling experience you will ever go through in life. But once you come out of that, you will have a strength and resilience in you that you never knew you had. Having to put the time, energy, and attention into protecting yourself spiritually, into rewriting yourself mentally, into fighting biochemical addictions, will give you a reservoir of strength that if you ever have to encounter anything like this again from anybody, and it might just not be narcissistic abuse, but anything that challenges any of these three areas of your life, you will have the knowledge and you will have the experience to fight it even more, to overcome it quickly than you ever would have. These demons come into our life to make us stronger. When we heal and overcome them, we become stronger, better version of yourself. Just make sure that you heal properly. Make sure that you're going through any of the issues that you had unresolved, any traumas from your childhood that made you susceptible to that con artist. Make sure you go through these things and heal properly. If you need to talk to a licensed professional, do it. You need to go to a therapist or a psychiatrist, do it. If you would like a life coach, Sean K. Howerton, Coach Randy White, and myself are all available to help you. You do what you need to do in order to become the best version of yourself. Isolation is going to have a lot to do with this, Natalie. Understand, you feel isolated already from what the narcissist did to you. Family and friends saw you going through this, saw you kept going back to an abuser. You know, when you vented to somebody about the abuse you went through and then you went back, not only did you lose respect from yourself subconsciously, when we go back to an abusive situation and we forgive somebody for hurting us, we lose respect for ourselves internally. All right, that's a part of the self-forgiveness arc that you're going to have to go through. But also people on the outside looking in are going to question your honesty, question the way that you recounted these situations, but they're also going to lose respect for you. So the isolation that you go through from being with a narc, you have to further isolate. I know it's horrible. This sounds horrible, but I had to do it too. You have to further isolate yourself, because when someone on the outside who may never have gone through narc abuse, they don't understand the dealing with these demons. They don't. They're gonna say things to you that would make sense if you're dealing with a normal breakup, but to you, it's going to shame you. It's going to trigger you. People who do not understand narcissistic abuse do not understand it. And they actually continue the shame and trauma that you go through without even trying to. I'm not saying they're bad people, but they unwittingly add to and extend your trauma because they don't understand evil exists. They don't understand. They don't understand what you went through. That's why it's so very important to find people who have been through narcissistic abuse, people who have been through this, because we understand. This community, the Dragonstorm community, understands. Coach Randy White's community understands. Sean Howerton's community understands. People who have been through it will understand what you're saying, where you're at, what you're going through, and what part of your healing you're going through. Because this is many phases. This is not a quick fix. This is not overnight. This is messy and awful and depressing and terrible and angry and crying and wanting to die sometimes. It's a lot of stuff you have to go through. But you will make it through it. You will make it through it. All right? My love to you, sweetheart. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. I greatly appreciate that. Thank you so much. Let's see. Oh, shit. What is up, Ruth? That's my survivor driver. Hail to my sister from across the pond. Thank you so much for being here, sweetheart. I am only as strong as my past has made me, and I am only as resilient as you and the rest of this community has made me. Thank you so much for that. My love to you, sweetheart. I'm glad you're here. Let's see. Miss Rockstar, another member of the Dragonstorm community, international from across the pond. Hail, sister. Glad I figured out that narc bitches' hugs were actually grooming. Figured out where my feelings were coming from. Never come after her. Yeah, but this time when I noticed how to intimidate her hugs were, how intimate her hugs were. Listen, sister, we know lesbians bring a U-Haul to the first date. A narcissistic lesbian is bringing a U-Haul loaded with a bunch of trauma to the first date. All right, you have to understand that. I feel bad. I feel bad for my sisters out there. It's you have to understand. Narcissists are narcissists no matter what. Male, female, gay, straight, whatever the fuck they are. It's the same routine. It's the same cycle. It's the same shit. You're going through the same things. Now, there's definitely like subtle differences when it comes to different types of relationship and attachment styles. But, it's always the same demon. It's always the same demon. I have to ask this to my gay audience one time. Are there any narcs out there, male or female, gay or lesbian? Are there any narcs out there that try and turn you straight? I'm just wondering, is that a thing? Because these female narcs out here are definitely trying to turn men gay. I'm just saying. It is definitely a thing. What is up, Stark of Iron? Hail to you. Hail Rogue Entertainment. That is one of my rogues over there. We do a show every Saturday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on YouTube channel author Stephen Walton, where we attack narcs and psychos in the entertainment industry, fighting for our modern mythologies and pointing out the toxicity in current creators like the ones at Disney Lucasfilm who gaslight the audience, produce bad content, gaslight the audience, and blame them for their uncreative, stupid reimagining of what was once and still is, and as far as Lucasfilm, a wonderful, imaginative, spiritual, beautiful experience of traveling through the stars in a galaxy far, far away. Hey, what's going on, brother? Good to see you. Thank you so much for being here. Stark just hit 1,000 subscribers. If you are interested in a very talented person who does impersonations, who sings, he's a musician, he is an artist in every sense of the word, an entertainer in every sense of the word. Please subscribe to Stark of Iron and join that community over there. It's a wonderful time. It's a great time to have. Mods or Stark, if you will please put a link to your channel in the chat, that would be great. Natalie says, I started seeing a therapist 3 months in, and she's heard all voicemails and read all the texts and all recordings. And yes, she said he's a narc. Cross antisocial. Thank God, Natalie, you found a woman who understands NPD. You found a therapist who understands narcissistic personality disorder. There are therapists out there who do not understand. I can't, hold on. Goddamn, hold on. Alex.
What's happening, brother?
What, you're on a live stream right now. I'm live streaming, Coil.
Right on. Well, hey, hello for the chat. What's up, everybody? Just calling my bro. Give me a call when you get a second, man. I'm glad everybody's having a good time.
Absolutely.
Yep. Hear this thing out. Hail, brother.
Hail, brother. Yo, they stopped my live stream on YouTube, man. I mean, on TikTok. I was doing a live stream on TikTok, and some narc came through and saw me talking about them, butt butter. And they shut me down, so I decided to stream on YouTube.
What's up with male ass, dude? I don't know.
No, we're talking about narcissists and male ass. Listen, don't blame me for gaining like over 10,000 followers everywhere for talking about narcs who put things up their ass. Okay, I'll call you when I'm done.
All right, sounds good, brother. Have a good stream.
I will do. Love you.
Love you too, man.
Later. Mortal Coil. All right, let me get back to this. Okay. For guys of you who aren't subscribed to Immortal Coil, please subscribe to him. We do a show called Savage Spirituality. If you're on the West Coast, it is late 11 p.m. If you're on the East Coast, it's 2 a.m. Sunday. Great time over there. Wonderful experience. If you're into spirituality and metaphysics, that's what we do on his channel. I'm glad. See, one of the things when I was talking about Coach Randy White, he actually talks to a lot of therapists and mental wellness or mental people who work in the mental health industry who have been through narcissistic abuse because they didn't understand what NPD was. Like, understand. This is why what I said, people who have not been through narcissistic abuse, like they don't understand that type of evil exists, and they're not trying to hurt you. When you talk to them, they can add to the traumatization. They can add to the valuation because they don't believe, they don't understand, they don't know that this type of evil exists. That same thing is with therapists. Can you imagine being in a practice where you're learning about personality disorders and you research and have to do tests on narcissistic personality disorder, but you've never encountered one of these demons and then you become susceptible to one and you're manipulated by one? This happens to therapists. This happens to psychologists. And so they go to people like Coach Randy White and have to heal. But the beautiful thing about that is then they re-enter their field with a knowledge, a resilience, and a better understanding of these things that can help others with them. I always tell people, if you're going to go see a therapist, if you're going to see anybody, any kind of mental health professional, make sure that they have they have dealt with narcissistic, either they have been through narcissistic abuse or they understand what narcissistic abuse really is. Because I had one woman that I'm coaching go to a therapist, and that therapist told her at the end of how many weeks that she was healed and she should just try being friends with the narcissist. That woman had no effing idea what CPTSD was. That woman had no idea what a narcissist was and did not understand how it affects us and how the lengths that we need to go in order to heal from that abuse. But I'm so glad. And antisocial too. Yeah, a lot of them are antisocial. That's another aspect of the disorder. So it's that's a whole. I'm not even going to get into that cluster B clusterfuck. But yeah, sister, I'm glad that you're seeing a therapist. Thank the gods. Thank the gods you found one. CJ said, send a DM on Twitter with a link to do a reading. I could get some odd coincidences going on. Absolutely, absolutely, CJ. Yeah, thank you for supporting the channel. $5 Canadian, greatly appreciate that. Yeah, absolutely. As soon as I'm done this stream, I have to go through my messages. I have to get up with a client, and then after that, I will get right back to you, and we will set up I'll bring you into a StreamYard, and we'll do a reading. We'll do a private reading together. Okay? I got you, brother. Thank you so much for being supportive. Let's see. Stark says, I work with a narc or two, a triangle. Dude, that's fucking horrible when you're like triangulated by narcissists. Like I went through that. Ashley Lynn and Bill, they were a couple of narcissists that triangulated the hell out of me for years, smear campaign me, destroy me. When you're in a professional environment, they come after you professionally too. They might like even if they're a semantic narcissist, they're still going to find supply where they can find supply. And they will come after you. A cerebral narcissists who are more into the manipulation aspect, and if they are very, if they're someone who achieves, if they're like their grandiosity comes out through achievement, then they will absolutely try to destroy your reputation, your professional, your financially, professionally. They will absolutely get off on triangulating and destroying you, or just to get supply. Said triangle as parental abandonment issues, I think. Oh, got you. Well, like they all have abandonment issues. Every one of them do. It's why they ghost you. It's why they don't stick around. Why they trauma bond you and then leave you and stonewall you, because they know that hurts them. And a narcissist wants to pass on pain. That narcissist will tell you exactly what their issues are by how they abuse you. It's insane, man. Let me know if you need any advice or anything on that. And guys, please subscribe to Stark of Iron. He's real out there. That's an authentic man. You love authentic entertainment, good people, good panels, wonderful. I mean, it's just a wonderful environment. That's where you're going to want to go. Please support Stark of Iron, guys. Let's see. He says, I have a 3-minute video on the front page of my channel. The 3-minute long video on the front page of my channel. All right, brother. Yeah, check that out, guys. Please check him out and like and subscribe and promote. Share out links for his channel. I only promote those that I believe in. I only promote people that I love and believe in. So, guys, if you ever hear me saying share a link out or subscribe to somebody or give them a chance, please understand that, whether or not you choose to, because sometimes things aren't our cup of tea, that I am giving you my authentic interpretation of someone, who they are, and the quality of information or entertainment that you are going to get from them. And I 100%, I'm telling you, you're going to have fun over at Stark of Iron. Let's see. Went over 2 hours. I guess we're going to Dragonstorm overtime here today. Yes, we are. Let me see. Miss Rockstar says, reading about NPD is not the same as understanding and experiencing it. Drives me mad. Yeah, that's why friends who haven't experienced it look at you with a blank stare when you try and tell them, they don't understand. They don't understand the evil that you're dealing with. They don't get it. They think to themselves, people aren't like that. You've got to be overreacting. You've got to be too sensitive. There must be something wrong with you. Narcissists depend on that. I'm going to get into that in a second. Especially when the narc gets the herd to gang stalk. Yep, to gang stalk you 15 at a time, attacked me and isolated me. But I'm Xena, warrior. That's right, and destroyed them all, none left standing. Did the same thing with like some of my old rogues, my old rogue team. Guys, if you haven't watched my last live stream, check out the first 5 minutes of it. The first 5 minutes had the actual introduction to the rogues, which was the show I did with NarcX. It also displays a lot of the people that I've worked with in the past. Some of them joined the smear campaign. Some of them are actually toxic leeches, who when they could no longer, because I'm falling apart, wanting to die from narc abuse, and these toxic people recognized that, they turned on me and actually smear campaigned me and bullshitted to friends and lied about me and tried to destroy me. Shout out to Tommy and the Guinea Pig Collective who led that charge. They absolutely, when a manipulative people can't use you no more, they will seek to destroy you. They will seek to fuck you up. And so those people did that. Like the smear campaigns against me were relentless. Other narcissists in this group called Comicsgate that I call out every now and again, because they're a group of freaking narcissists led by this grandiose Ethan Van Sciver, who has for years used his platform on YouTube and his weight as a comic book artist to smear campaign, dox, attack, and destroy other creators. Like they came after me too. They all the toxic people came out of the woodwork. This rock star, you and I survived the same shit. And that's why I think we're both narc slayers on the level that we are. And I think that's why, like, we don't tolerate it. And now also I think that's why, I'm sure you do too, we have this little gremlin inside of us that sees a narc and just sometimes has to decide whether or not we're going to go on the offensive and go after that narc. Because we understand how despicable these people are, how awful these people are. We understand that. Let's see. Ema was explaining, when I was explaining everything, he was kind of looking at me funny. When I finished, he said, "You woke up." Oh, yeah? Well, I mean, sometimes they do. Okay, that was a response to something. Yeah, we all know these types. We all understand them. We all know who they are. I think I'm going to go get dinner now. I think I'm going to go make dinner now. It has been 2 hours and 15 minutes, and my throat's starting to get sore, to be honest with you. I got to call Immortal Coil. I have to get up with another client. Guys, if you are interested in being coached, I am a narcissistic abuse, recovery, and toxic relationship coach now. So please get up with me on Instagram or TikTok. Send me a DM. Go to the website pinned on my channel, if you will. Contact me if you are interested in a session. $50, regardless of what the website says. I haven't changed that yet, but it's $50 per session. We get together either on the phone or here in a StreamYard, and we go for like an hour 15, hour and a half talking. But you will also get my phone number. You will get access to me 24/7. If you need something, if you're going through it, I am there for you. So if you want assistance on your healing journey, please contact me. The best way to contact me at this point is go to Instagram or TikTok and then DM me there. And we will get up. All right. And thank you so much to all of the people who came over here from TikTok. Thank you to everybody that's been a part of this community for the longest time. My wonderful mods who are out there supporting, all of my fellow survivors and thrivers out there, not giving up, refusing to kneel, living your best life, becoming the best version of yourself. And, and never stopping. Never stop. Never stop believing in yourself and who you are. We all, at some point, have toxic tendencies, traits. We all, at some point, had something that made us susceptible to that hoovering hobgoblin. But going through narcissistic abuse means healing who you are. It means going through the fire, crawling through hell, and coming back, rising from the ashes like a phoenix. It is becoming the best version of yourself. You went through a spiritual attack. You went through a mental and physical attack, and recovering from these things is not an easy task, and it is bloody, and it is awful, and it is depressing, and it's going to make you feel the lowest you've ever felt in your life, but you can come back. I am proof of that. You can come back. You can heal. And not only heal, be a stronger, better version of yourself than you ever thought possible. Believe me, brothers and sisters. All right? My love to you. I am author. I am Lodonis Ravenwolf Dragonstorm, your seer and sage. Hail to my fellow survivors and thrivers from narcissistic abuse. Please remember to wash your hands. Wash your ass. Be good to each other, yet suffer no fools.
But Brian, you know what they say? Some things in life are bad. They can really make you mad. Other things just make you swear and curse. When you're chewing on life's gristle, don't grumble, give a whistle. And this'll help things turn out for the best. And always look on the bright side of life. Always look on the light side of life. If life seems jolly rotten, there's something you've forgotten. and that's to laugh and smile and dance and sing. When you're feeling in the dumps, don't be silly chumps. Just purse your lips and whistle, that's the thing. And always look on the bright side of life. Come on. Always look on the right side of life. For life is quite absurd, and death's the final word. You must always face the curtain with a bow. Forget about your sin, give the audience a grin. Enjoy it, it's your last chance anyhow. So always look on the bright side of death. Just before you draw your terminal breath. Life's a piece of shit when you look at it. Life's a laugh and death's a joke, it's true. You'll see it's all a show, keep 'em laughing as you go. Just remember that the last laugh is on you.